Go ahead, kick your feet up. Oh, you haven't heard? Well, I guess it's time to meet us. All music on the list. Any topic, they on top of it. Ear Witness News. You ready? There ain't no stopping it. Ear Witness News. Oh, buddy. Ear Witness News. Yeah.
Hey guys, it's Ear Witness News. We're at Chamber 43 in Highland Park. My name's Dhairya Knyck.
My name's Nick.
We're out here talking about music and shit and how bad the banks are. They're ruining your lives. Get rid of them.
Music and finance.
But back on topic, back on track. We're on this music shit. It's almost the end of the year. Holy shit, it's almost 2018.
Very special episode.
Safe to say that 2017 was the worst year ever recorded?
I mean, they're still running the numbers, but it seems like it's not going to be close.
There's still a few more days left. Let's see what happens. Safe to say.
Yeah, I feel like you don't want to like set the bar too high
But
for
top
2018 because I feel like
Top 5 worst year ever recorded?
Oh yeah, clearly.
Where it segue into our theme of the day is our top 5 albums.
Mm-hmm.
Music was something that got me through 2017, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When nothing else could. But we're gonna be talking about that. So we both got different top 5s, it seems to.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I feel like there's a lot of good music out there. There's a lot of reasons that you can include something in your top 5. It could be just for like taste, or it could be influence. It could be just a big moment, or like something that you think is gonna improve the music landscape.
Right.
Sort of thing.
Well, at the very least, we hope to maybe list 10 albums. Maybe we can do that. Who knows?
Yeah, let's get
Maybe
to it.
you guys will remember to revisit some of these albums that we've mentioned because so much shit's come out.
These are, I feel like all our picks are like classics. That
yeah, and maybe you'll learn something new. So, you want to start?
Okay, cool. Yeah, I will start off with 444 Jay-Z.
Of course.
I think we've mentioned this before. We've talked about this album, but I think it's really gonna end up being a really timeless album. Not only just for its content, but for the examples being set. And I think that a lot of other rappers are gonna start being as reflective and as open to growth as Jay-Z has shown he was in this album. The uniqueness in the production. I feel like the approach that he took to releasing and discussing his album as well, like the press run and
I was about to
his
say
interviews.
that 2017 was not only a year where Jay-Z dropped a great album, but overall just had a great
Jay-Z.
just a great Jay-Z.
Yeah. Didn't he drop his? Didn't he drop his documentary? People behind the scenes just acting up. Didn't he drop his Trayvon Martin documentary?
He dropped a couple.
He's
documentaries.
beefing with Zimmerman. It was always a great beef to have.
Zimmerman's
for the culture.
saying wild shit out here. Zimmerman doesn't know that.
Zimmerman needs to Zimmerman. Can you cut that out? So I just feel like overall, like, and then when it comes to the artistry, Jay-Z, like as usual, per usual, it was just a well-crafted lyrical.
No, it was great.
Masterpiece. So I feel like that's the reason why I have it as my top album.
One of your top albums, yeah. One of my top albums, I think, in the same vein as 444. There's got to be Damn.
Oh, okay, wait. Okay, cool. So I had that up on my list as well. So we got you 9. We got you 9 for
yeah,
today.
We got 9 or maybe 8. Depends if.
Oh yeah, if we have any other doubles up. Okay.
Or
so why was Kendrick?
So for me, 2017, I was just listening to inane nihilistic trap music all the time, 24/7. And to be completely honest, that's just depressing. And like like it really fucks with you and makes you not give a shit. But Kendrick Lamar, somehow he tricked me. What did he say in that in the Future remix for Mask Off? He said, how are you gonna let a commercial rapper go, or how you gonna let a conscious rapper go commercial?
And still only spit conscious rap.
Right. And
he did it.
And I'm like, when I listened to Damn, I was like, wow, this is not as dense as To Pimp a Butterfly. To Pimp a Butterfly, that was really hard.
That's like Neutron stuff.
That shit's like the really like thick book that you're like.
Oh, you're so thick. You're thicker than a bowl of oatmeal.
To Pimp a Butterfly was thick as fuck.
He's thick like old milk.
But Damn, I was like, wow. Now this is not knocking on thickness, but
well, you better say something real controversial here.
No,
don't say nothing bad about thickness here. We can say a lot of things about the banks. Don't say anything about thickness.
Fuck the banks. If they're thick banks, fuck that.
Oh my gosh. What do you have to say about thickness?
Kendrick Lamar, he tricked me. He tricked me, dude, into listening to something that made me reflect and think about
and Chickster.
And yeah, and like
Kung Fu Kenny. Did you see his new Kung Fu Kenny Nike Cortez?
that shit was hot.
Heat.
That shit
Although I really hate this like trend of the new sneakers and how they. If I wore any of these sneakers that are popular now, back in like 3rd grade, I would have gotten destroyed.
No, you would have.
It's so unfair.
You don't like the low tops, like they're all going.
I mean, I fucked with it, but then like they like beat it out of me, like culture, like peer pressured it out of me,
dude,
and then now that I finally caught up, and I'm like, okay, let's rock Jordans, like let's be like sick, like now.
These kids like
no, it's not.
These high top wearing Jordans.
Now they're like everybody behind the scenes.
See, everyone
rocking Jordans.
If you were rocking Jordans in the 3rd grade, like.
But that was the cool thing then, and now like they're just switching up the whole style.
No,
like,
I fuck with it.
What's it called? LeBron's new shoe. Did you see his equality shoes?
No, I haven't.
They're one black, one white, and they're like they're matching set and like super, but they're low tops. Everything's low top now.
Yeah, no, I fuck with the low.
I'm behind the times. By the time I catch up, it's gonna be high tops again. I'm 35.
You gotta be versatile.
I'm wearing the now dad shoes.
The now dad shoes.
Okay, keep talking about the thing.
Dude, you are.
Come on, man. Come on, be trendy. What's your? So, you got another top 5?
Okay, cool. Next, I want to put up on the board. What do you think about Control, SZA? One of the top albums.
SZA is fucking crazy, underrated. So I don't think I listened to it enough though.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to it enough, and that's something that I was considering as a top 5, but I just like couldn't.
I feel like I haven't been listening to it, but I've been hearing it everywhere. I feel like it's in the back of everybody's Snapchats. Whenever girls, it's like you hear it, like I just keep them satisfied. Like everywhere.
Right. What she had some good songs. I liked Weekend on it. That shit was fire. Love Galore was fire with Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I thought that it was. I mean, when I remember it, like I haven't like gone into it too much in depth as I guess other albums, and really I'm doing Control injustice if anything, but like that shit is empowering. That's like.
It's a very unique take on like the whole genre, and I think it's also like really important because it's from Top Dawg. It's from the same house as Kendrick, so now they have one of the top rappers, one of the top R&B looks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
would you consider SZA as an R&B look though? I think that was like a rap album.
From SZA?
From Control? I thought because it's hard to say.
I would argue about that. I mean, I feel like it's more like R&B, neo soul, like an indie look, as opposed to like if you wouldn't be like that was like a rap. You know what I'm saying? Whenever anybody says anything, it's not like oh no, it's SZA coming to take Nicki's spot. You know what I'm saying? It was Cardi, and then everybody she coming to take Nicki's spot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think you could. But I mean, she definitely has rap elements and is definitely
that's what. It's an interesting trend that 2017 we're especially seeing in 2017. We saw some in 2016, but it was this fusion of like melodic. Albums, like just a lot of like singing and melodies with a rap infusion in it, and I think that's where like when I listened to the SZA album, I was like, oh, this is a rap album. But I guess it's interesting that you see as an R&B.
Another big person like that is Tory Lanez. I'm excited to see what he has coming in the near future, just because like I feel like he has one of the greatest like lyrical minds around here now, and like one of like best songwriting, and also like his voice is just crazy. So he's somebody who is like very poised to take big stance going forward. And what's your next?
I think, and like just going off on this sort of like the trend that we've seen, a sort of infusion of melodies with the rapping element, is something that I saw Future do, and he sort of, and I was thinking about it, like which one of my Future, like he dropped a few, but
how many did he drop this year?
He dropped a tape with Gucci Mane. Like,
isn't it weird? We should talk about the different rates at which rappers drop one time, like maybe in a future episode or something like that. But like, how are they able to coexist in the same environment when some of them are just dropping like this and some of them are like...
I mean, everyone has... I mean, yeah, let's talk
Everybody has that, yeah, but how are they able to coexist? I mean, what were you saying about, like, which one like, stood out to you the most?
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, a weird... He had a tape with Gucci Mane. I mean, I'm not talking about that, but, like, it was just, like, I think...
I don't remember.
I mean, he had a tape with Gucci Mane, and I don't think a lot of people talked about that, but he had the two releases, the back-to-back releases, Future and Hendrix. I thought both of those... that was a good look from Future. Like, that was like, whoa, that's... You did something crazy right there. I think he introduced a lot of new flows, a lot of new beat selections in Future. I thought Future, that album was a little bit more experimental in how it pushed the trap genre. But for me, I just like, Hendrix is just so like, it's so smooth, it's so like poppy, and like, I really appreciate that from Future too, because you see that like, he's singing, he's trying to go higher pitch. There's a song he did with Rihanna on the album Selfish. he's singing at a higher pitch than Rihanna. Like,
and stretching them chords, yeah.
He's really stretching it, and I'm like, Future, damn. Like, he was really singing.
damn.
He was really singing on the album. I appreciated a lot of his tracks. I mean, just off, there's Testify, Fresh Air, Never Miss a Loss, Hallucinating, Selfish Solo, Sorry. Those songs were just, he packed that album with some hits. Not to mention My Collection, coming out strong. Like, that was honestly one of the most complete Future projects that I've ever listened to. Up there on like DS2 levels,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You ever see the thing with what's it called? Russell Wilson? Is that the man who's?
With Sierra now?
They said, why would you ever want to make a Sprite dirty? I was dying.
Real questions, but Future's putting out so much music. There's no way in hell.
So has there been a response? You know what I was saying? I saw a picture from DJ Khaled posted the other day, and it was like, "Stay unified." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was a picture of Future. It was a picture where they're all like black suited up for the I Got the Keys.
Okay.
And it's like Jay-Z and like Future, and I'm like, those niggas aren't unified. Like, Jay-Z sent shots for Future, and I feel like Future was not too happy about it.
Did Jay-Z send shots at Future?
Shots. I mean, he mentioned his name. He said about how like you wake up in like 40 years and like your kids playing football with some other dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much like it was very much it was very clever when he said it. Okay. That's why I had him as my first album.
Okay. Jay-Z singularly did that on the just by calling out Future, I guess. So what else you got?
Okay, so my next one I want to mention is Sire. Jaden Smith. So interesting. I think so many big things to talk about with this album. First of all, cinematography, really great. He had this beautiful purple sunset behind him for all the videos, for a lot of the videos.
Wait,
for like 3 videos.
How many videos came out?
I think 5 videos came out. He had the Icon video. There's an early video where he still had his dreads, and then 3 videos I think under that same sunset, right? Okay. And I feel like that was very like symbolic of the way the album sounded, because it did very much sound like it was all against one backdrop, like sonically.
No, I'm definitely feeling like Jaden Smith. He definitely hit like synesthesia levels on that.
Jay-Z Smith.
No, he didn't hit Jay-Z Smith levels, not yet. Not when you're putting out like back-to-back 8-minute songs, like please don't do that.
And also the intro with it being 4 songs but 1 song.
Right, Blue is
BLUE.
BLUE is 1 song.
So good.
Thanks,
and then
for that.
We got to talk about his moonwalking abilities. So he's a dancer, he's a writer, he's a singer, he
does shots. He does cinematography.
He's dancing. The moonwalk is incredible. He's out there like.
What's key with Jaden Smith is that he is clearly showing at such a young age that he is interdisciplinary. He's
very introspective. He has big plans. He has a big fan base.
He has big plans,
and then
it's clear.
The next one's coming out. The next album he's already announced for 2018 is Eris.
Oh really?
Which is like the reverse of Sire. So like.
Oh right, it is.
It'll be interesting to see whether that's a continuation of the story, reversal of the roles of the story. You know what I'm saying? His approach. I'm very excited to see how this kind of continues. I love seeing like people like tie in their ideas, tie in motifs, or tie in like visual aspects of things. So
I mean, this is backtracking, but you heard about Kendrick Lamar releasing the vinyl with "Damn" played backwards?
No way.
So he did this thing because none of us have like online streaming music services where we can just like put the songs in reverse order. He went out and put out a vinyl with the songs in reverse order.
I thought you meant the songs reversed.
Oh no, he hasn't done that. Like, whoa. That's what I'm saying. I'm not buying shit from Kendrick Lamar until he does that, because that's what I want to hear. I want to hear "Damn" in reverse, not just backwards track listing.
Man.
I need to hear that shit in reverse because I know there's some.
Wait, so why did he put the songs in reverse? Maybe it's more powerful that way.
We'll report back to you on that when we figure it out, but that's just what's reported.
So what's your next top 5?
Top 5. This is my album of the year. Is Beautiful Thugger Girls by Young Thug. This man got snubbed by the Grammys. He didn't get nominated for Best Pop Album. He didn't get nominated for Best Rap Album. And he didn't get nominated for Best Country Album.
Best Pop Album. I saw a comment about how like Calvin Harris and what's it called? And what's the other guy? Sam Smith? No, not Calvin Smith. Sam Smith and Miguel could release the same album, and one would get put in urban, one would get put in pop. Mm-hmm. What chance do you think that Young Thug would have a chance to get put in a pop
0%,
category.
absolutely
That's what I'm saying.
0%.
Yeah, I don't think I feel like he's like a.
Because Drake talked on that too. He thought he put out a pop album for views,
Yeah.
and they put him still in like urban,
Mm.
and he was like, this shouldn't have won like best rap album. They should have won. This was more of a pop album, like, and it's definitely a race thing. But that's what I'm saying. Young Thug is so fucking multi-genre. He should have he put out a country pop rap album. I mean, I said it was folk trap. That's what the genre is.
Fab.
Folk trap. So yeah, for me, Beautiful Thugger Girls, raunchy, romantic, inspired by his ex-fiancée Jerica Carle, whom he should have not let get away.
Yeah, and then not threatened.
Also,
Did they figure it out?
Yeah, I mean, he fucking cheated on Jerica with her best friend, so.
He was her best friend.
Yeah, it was her best friend.
Thugs ain't loyal.
Thugs ain't loyal. And, but, yeah, Beautiful Thugger Girls, that shit.
What's your favorite song?
On that, every single song, I think me or...
Every single song?
Oh, you know what, though? I think my favorite song right now has to be Near Us. Like, Just Right This Moment usually changes. Like, On Fire is one of my favorites. Feel It is...
As they play.
Like,
Whichever song's playing.
it's like, whoa, this song...
Song's fire.
But Near Us is actually really cool because originally it was Post Malone. He was strumming along to a song. What was it? It was a Bright Eyes song. He was strumming and like Kanye was in the room with him. He was like, that sounds cool. And he started singing over it, Kanye.
It's so cool that these guys are all working out together.
Right? So this song was eventually, or like originally meant for Kanye. And then Kanye just never did anything. So Post Malone, he was like, yeah, Thug just hopped on and he just made that song Near Us. And I'm like, whoa, that is crazy. Like, yeah, no, it's crazy how like everyone is working together. There's like a lure to rap right now because there's so many superstars. Like Post Malone helping Kanye West make a song that eventually goes to Young Thug. Like that is star-studded.
Yeah.
That's right now that's my favorite song. But so I went through 3 albums. I think you went through 3 albums.
I think I went through 3, and then you had one of mine. So I only have 1 album left. I can pitch it
Okay.
right now.
Pitch it.
So, one of my favorite albums this year was Calvin Harris.
Fuck yeah.
Funk, wave, bounces. So cool. Star-studded. A lot of people we've mentioned so far were on there. Yachty, Thugger,
Who else?
Nicki.
Khaled's got a good song. Kalani.
Kalani's on there. Literally, so many people are on that piece of work. He was produced a lot on the OPC, which is an amazing piece of hardware that I'm
Frank
very
Ocean
interested in
too,
getting on that.
right?
Yes, Frank Ocean's on it, and it's such great vibes, such a good like dance vibe, but old vibes, and I love the approach. I love the collaboration. I love that they say like it's sort of like a DJ Khaled approach because he's just putting like different people together, and like but he has a great ear and like a great like ideas for working together.
I really
so, like,
fucked with a lot of those songs. Like
feels.
I just love the song with Yachty and Kalani. Like that shit.
We had Prayers Up, Travis Scott, 8-Track, Slide, such a jam. Migos, Frank Ocean, so like that's so huge. Like, how do you have those people all in the same place? Faking It, which was the track with Lil Yachty and Kalani that you mentioned.
I love that song.
So I think that was just a smash hit. I think that's like the best integration of like pop and like popular urban culture and all those things that I've seen so far. I just love his production.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, once again, 2017, trap music, but also hip hop turning into a genre bigger,
infused,
bigger than the original, like it's just for like black people. You know, now this is really in the culture. This is mainstream. This is the culture. Which brings me to the next point. One of my favorite albums of the year was Culture by Migos. Because I really think that Migos, I mean, there are like maybe 5 songs, but like socially speaking, just like the assertion that Migos is making that trap music is the culture, like hip hop music right now, hip hop, whether
it is our culture, it's the primary culture.
Where it encompasses like rap, R&B, neo, so like all of that is the culture right now. There's no denying it. And the culture isn't made by white people. It's not the one that's getting the most money. It's not the one that's the most glamorous.
Although I am seeing a lot of reports about like how like there's just a lot more like white faces and a lot more white people, like white ideas in hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
That's-
So it's like, so they're just gonna adapt. You know what I'm saying? If that's the most popular thing, it's not like they're not gonna be a part of it.
I mean,
That's something that also has to be contended with. That like the demographics of hip hop are changing dramatically.
it's also that's interesting because we talk about it a lot. You know, who's going to the concerts and who's like,
yeah.
it's white people, like a lot of white people. I go to a 21 Savage concert and it's a lot of white nerds who really like 21 Savage.
21.
I mean, not knocking 21 Savage but we do have to reconcile that because it is like hip hop right now is I think one of the most valuable genres.
Because like what makes a genre besides the supporters?
That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna pan out. That's a good point. And I guess I stole one of your top 5, so I'll go again.
Yeah.
This was one of my sleeper albums of the year. This was the first release that I listened to in 2017. It's No Winter Without Snow. Wintertime, Felix Snow.
Ooh.
Wintertime, he, for those who are not familiar with Wintertime, Florida rapper, Florida trapper, I don't know what the fuck he does in his free time, but
I've been going through it all.
he's been going through it all. Perhaps credit card fraud, perhaps not. But Wintertime, funny, hilarious,
Yeah.
effortless, and he just sounds so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And over those Felix Snow beats, he's an LA producer, like usually does like dance electronic music, and I'm just like, that's an interesting twist for Wintertime. He just rapper or whatever who just hops on these beats that are like, to me, I don't know why, but like it to me is like it's got the 5 keys to a good album. First of all, it's only 16 minutes. I love short albums. I don't have an attention span at all.
16-minute album?
16 minutes. Whoa, and that's what I'm saying.
That's like
So he's not even in 2017. He's in 3,000.
It's like 2 Chris Brown songs.
He's in 3. It's literally 2 Chris Brown songs, 2 Jaden Smith songs. 1 Chris Brown song, 1 Jaden Smith song.
Yeah, it's real as well.
It's short. He does cross genres. I think that's cool. So it's interdisciplinary as well. Shit's funny. Wintertime's hilarious. And was it line for line? He flexes the hardest. In 16 minutes.
Most flex per line per minute.
No, that's what I'm saying. Flex per minute. I think Wintertime's got it. He's like highest ranking. Like he has flexed the hardest.
The highest rate.
The most amount of flexing in the least amount of time. I appreciate that from Wintertime.
Flex capacity. Dancer.
What's Wintertime's flex capacity is high.
Okay, cool. So we got our top 5s.
Sure.
This was a great 2017. We're gonna start
It was alright.
coming to you real hard with 2018 content. Looking to interview a lot of people, have a lot of guests on the show, and get more in touch with the scene. So start featuring upcoming shows and giving out information about that. So if you have any content that you want us to review or feature up here, or if you'd like to be interviewed yourself, please contact us. We're Air Witness News, coming to you live from Chamber 43 here in Highland Park on 320 Raritan Ave.
Yep.
My name's Nick.
My name's Dhairya.
Have a great year, guys.
Yeah.